Hey guys, we're here. We have, this is probably tied for the biggest collector meetup we've had here at the Oregon shop. We have Andy as always, we have his metalness as always, and we have Eric from Milwaukee. And I can't remember if Eric's been in any of my videos before. Him and I have met up a couple times, but I don't think we've filmed anything. He helped me with a few projects at 12 Wings back when I was working there. And I met him at his place, and I think we traded some fans or something. And so this is his first time here. And he's going to be learning the ropes as far as all the testing that we do here. This is a Hunter Original, the newer version with the skeletal motor. Trying to get a close-up here. Where's the tag? Let's get the tag.
The tag's on the other side of the motor.
Is there, nope, that's not the tag, that is the model number anyways.
That's on the top.
Ah.
There was a date tag that said, I think, 1203 or 0312. I'm not sure if that means March of 2012 or December of 2003.
That's a good question. I would think that the year would come later. I'm also trying to get the model number.
Sometimes they do crazy things like sometimes they'll put like instead of a month or
I'm just noticing this has got a brown down rod. I didn't notice that before. Model 23855A 1 amp. Is there a date on this one by any chance? Intertech.
Huh.
The OEM is listed as Intertech. I've never noticed that before. That sounds like the company from Office Space. So. Okay. So I believe if your metalness would hit the high switch, it will take us to low with the pull chain. What are we drawing on low with the pull chain, your metalness?
It helps if you turn on the multimeter.
Yeah.
Yep. I try to remember to turn it off in between so the battery saves. Get hit bypass. There you go.
Yeah. Oh no, you've got it set to the wrong thing. Oh. You have it set to amperage. Yeah, that's amperage DC. Oh. You want amperage AC.
Okay.
What are we drawing?
It's...
Well, not drawing anything because we unplugged it.
Oh, did we unplug it?
Yeah, somebody unplugged. And uh-oh. Guys, this is very bad Michael Jackson. Decade box goes in here. That would have been sparks.
Yeah.
So then where does this thing go?
This thing goes amp.
Yeah.
Okay.
0.35. Yeah. So
0.35.
0.35. That's the downside of everything being outlets, is if you accidentally plug something into the wrong place, it'll go kaboom.
That's why I was going to rebuild it using different plugs on each one.
I thought about doing that, and for being it's primarily me here using it, it just wasn't worth it. But I did think about doing that, and I priced it out. It does wobble a little bit. We did not balance it.
Okay, we're at 0.35.
So 0.35, okay, and so feel free to walk Eric through all of the things.
Okay.
So I'm going to go on here.
Turn it up to
medium. What do we got? We got 0.5.
Yeah, I'd let it come up to speed and then measure.
We have a separate segment in the video for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
High.
Drawing 0.7.
Okay, so it is well under the rated current. And so I'm going to go back here, and then I have a specific spot where I stand. It's 15 feet away from the fan, and I just kind of gauge the airflow from there. I don't see why it's wobbling. The blades look to be in clock. No, there's one that's bent lower than the others. I can see it now.
It's a little bit of a blade height.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yep, I see a little bit of a wobble.
Yep. And then how's this airflow going?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
It takes a minute. It takes a minute. I don't think it's quite as much as some of the other stuff.
Right.
You can definitely feel something. It's definitely not low enough to be bumped down to lower category, but it's also not as much as some of the best originals and K55 fans either. There definitely is a notable difference.
I mean, I suppose that's a benchmark for. And that tells me it's how much the newer one puts off.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, Andy? I trust Andy to be analytical.
Not really, just feeling Feel an air. I mean, I think there were different. Could you tell the difference with the hotel original?
I'd have to look at the video. I feel like the hotel original moved more air than this one did.
Yeah, and the Hunter literature bears that out. They published a higher CFM rating for the hotel original, even though I thought they used the same motor.
Yeah, but it's also 4-blade only, and it might have a steeper blade pitch, given those are adapter blades. So, okay. So hit the high switch, and then we're just going to let it spin down.
Yep, spin down.
And most of the time, we only do one spin down per video, because while a lot of YouTube viewers love seeing spin downs, I have no desire to see it more than once.
Okay, now,
Or
This is like one of those odd things. Like,
I think, do we have reverse on this?
we do have reverse on this, so
That's
because
the next
the
thing to do.
videos I've
You
taken.
hit the high switch?
Yeah.
Don't leave it off, and I'm going to go medium low, and then when it's time, it'll...
Yeah, we got to do reverse.
Yep.
Usually when I do a fan video, I'll stop the fan because I don't like you're watching it.
Well, I have found that spin down is actually very useful if I have two fans and I'm trying to troubleshoot one of them, and I'm trying to determine if it's a bearing problem or if it's a rotor problem or a capacitor problem or something else. Spin down can be very useful in comparing two similar fans. If one has a much shorter spin down than that, but they're at similar speeds when operating, then that can be very telling. So I'm glad that I started putting it in my videos, but I definitely don't need to show it every single time. Go ahead and hit the high switch. What do we got on low reverse?
0.34.
So it's a little lower.
Slightly. Up 3.5, it's like flopping.
That's within percentage of error.
It's true, but it's interesting because in motors where the two coils are identical, it's a spot on. There's no tolerance. It's spot on. Versus some fans have drastic differences.
Well, you also have to think about how the like okay. I was rebuilding the Panama.
What's
5.
medium?
Medium is 0.5, just like...
I haven't looked at how these are wired, but I would assume that these would be it would be exactly the same in
Not
forward and
always.
reverse.
Exactly.
Well, no, because I believe these are ones that have a main coil and an aux coil, and that doesn't change.
Okay, and on high you're getting 0.7. Just
So
like,
I think the low speed was a fluke, and we are moving the blender fan.
yeah, it's definitely enough to do so.
We're not going to keep moving the blender fan.
No.
Okay, so go ahead and hit the high switch, and I'm going to reverse it again, and then you can go ahead and whenever. And you remember I used to do my trick?
Yeah.
You want to try and do it? You want to see if you can play the game? We try to get it to stop on a dime.
Really?
Yeah. See if you can. Because it's going in reverse, and he's working the speed control and forward. I think he already lost, but he's tried multiple times now. Pretty close there. He cheated by doing it 3 times, but it's pretty close. Yeah. So go ahead and.
It's not my first time doing it, so.
Oh, that's your first time playing the decade game, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you do it, but it's
that's a cool angle.
First try.
Dynamic brake.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Okay, so hit 1 microfarad.
I could tell that's
That's not moving. I don't think.
You're not gonna.
2. Oh, it's starting
Hey,
on 2.
we got it.
What's the drawn on 2 microfarads?
0.1.
Okay.
So let's go up to 3.
You could let it sit on 2 for a little bit. I like to see the slow speeds. You know that.
I know.
Okay, that's like an aesthetic slow.
Yes.
That you would
we're
find
at
like okay, the wind's
0.15.
kind of blowing through.
0.15 for this.
That's 3.
And Dan, isn't one of your issues with these, I guess issues, quote unquote, relatively speaking, with these fans that they have a faster factory low than the permanent split capacitor originals?
I feel like that's the case, but when would I have said that? Because this is my first time testing one of these.
Okay, so now we're going to do 4. I'm at 0.2.
See, this is what I would think of as an aesthetic low.
That's also. I mean, there's a variation of aesthetic lows.
Okay, because when it's too slow, it looks like okay, a breeze is moving it. A portable fan somewhere is making it.
So you can, in fact, use this with a 4, 7, 11 control, or probably a 5, 10, 15 control if you want to take us to 5.
5.
So you could use these on it with a regular capacitor-based wall control.
0.25 on number 5. So yes.
Okay.
And I probably could use my Fasco, the Fasco control that I could.
You could. You want to borrow an original?
Maybe.
What finish? I got all the finishes.
I would buy an antique brass original.
I'm not selling them, but I'll loan them.
Yeah.
You know, especially.
Oh, you're gonna do one of the permanent loan things like you did with the Fasco box fin and the Emerson. And the Emerson that you
at
loaned me.
6, we're at 0.3.
I'm thinking about that Fasco box fan now. Is that weird enough that it should go in the museum?
Okay.
I'm trying to put more box fans in the museum.
Okay.
Is that kind of uncommon, or is it?
The biggest thing about
Alright, at 7, we are at 0.35, which is the factory low of this one.
Okay.
So, and now
That's where
8
the wobble kicks in.
Yep.
at 0.39.
Yep. We'll talk about that later.
9, we're at 0.44. 10, 0.47. I'm just going to go right to 12. 0.5.
Have you explained to Eric, or does he already know how you add 10 and
yeah,
get
you
from?
the switches add 10.
Yeah.
However, this 10 is got just
It's slightly below tolerance. Well, it's within tolerance, but it's on the low side.
It's probably closer to like 9.9.
Yeah.
It's probably more like 9.8 or something.
Yeah,
It's-
you're close.
So it's still within that.
yeah.
Yep. So I usually just jump to 12. To kind of make
Right,
up for
because
that.
the 10 in the decade box is like 10.5, and then the 10 in the what do you call it, the crazy box is like 9.7, and so what the result is that 10 and 11 are exactly the same.
Yeah.
So we usually skip 11.
I go to 12, 13. I'm at 0.53s. 14, 0.55. Now at 15, 0.58. 16.6, 17.62, 18.63, 19.
So yeah, it didn't hit any resonant frequency, so you could use this on a 5, 10, 15 control. Do you know what I mean when I say a 5, 10, 15 control?
The capacitor values for the distinct.
Right, and 9 out of 10 capacitor-based wall controls are 5, 10, 15.
5. That's a 4-speed, right?
4-speed, yes.
Okay, because high is usually just open power.
High is exactly. High is a direct short.
Because I think the Casablanca 3-speed uses
Okay,
a
I'm already at
10.5.
20.
It uses a
I'm still at
10.85
0.66
for speeds.
So I have
All the ones I've tested have been 5, 10, 15, but maybe they changed
Oh,
over.
Oh, no, that's for the Casablanca internal.
Oh!
21.
Is
Okay, I'm
10.85.
already. Oh. Okay, so 21. I'm at 0.67. 20, 22, 6.8, 23. Didn't really. Oh,
We're awfully close to high.
yes, we are. 24. I'm at 0.69.
You know what? I'm going to skip ahead and see if we're going to hit something resonant. Yep, we are. We went over. You know what a resonant frequency is?
No, obviously it's not a good thing, but
No.
you've hit a point where the motor is going to start making some funny sounds.
It's not, well, eventually it would. Not right away. But I don't know it well enough to explain it well, but I know what it is. It's just that the motor is essentially an inductor, and so with the capacitor in the control and the inductor, if electrically they create a certain frequency that causes it to draw more and more and more current until one of them burns up.
Yeah. Well, but
I'm gonna try 25 just for grins.
you know how a split phase motor gets
Perfect.
itself going.
Yes.
We are right at still 0.69. It flopped to 0.7, so I might see.
What capacitor value are we at?
Huh?
What capacitor value are we at?
I'm at 26, and I'm right on the money.
Go to 30.
Go to 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going over.
30 is over. Okay, so
Okay, actually 28 is the very max. So
Okay.
if I'm not going over, I'm right at 0.7.
Actually, we're flicking very subtly on.
it can be flicking or it can be flapping.
Yeah. Right
So-
now, that's perfect.
Okay, so let's do the solid state next.
Okay.
I'm impatient, so I'm rushing you guys. So
Okay.
his metalness knows what to do next.
Yep.
You want to give it a little push like we usually do?
Oh yeah.
You're into that,
No, not that. Wrong thing. Just this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's all I do.
Yeah, just to get.
Okay.
So much oil.
Not nearly enough. It definitely needs more oil.
Let's stop it from swinging. So
Well, that bothers you?
Yeah, because it's hard to tell when I'm starting it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes
Cap
I get distracted by it.
I think that's mine.
Okay,
so feel
what I do
feel free to
is
put poison in
on the
it.
solid state is it's all the way down.
I don't have a will yet, but you're the closest fan collector, so you'd probably end up with everything.
Oh, you tell.
I want your three-bladed blender.
That's motive right there. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I just start moving it up until it.
All right, you've got motion.
Yep, I'm at point.
0.13.
Yep.
0.1.
Originals
installed.
are great
Oh,
fan
no.
for this
11.
angle right.
That's true. How long can you hold your hand steady right there is the question.
I just got it started at 0.13.
0.13.
Yep.
Let's see how. I'm very curious to see how quiet it is with the solid state control. Because the older originals tend to be noisy. So far, we're silent.
Okay, I'm gonna go up a little ways.
I think you should go up a little ways.
I'm at 0.25, 24, 25.
Okay.
That's a nice low right there.
Yeah.
Hear anything?
Very faint. Not enough to complain about.
Yeah. Okay.
A slight
I'm gonna go up.
buzzing.
Yeah. It's no more than you might expect most fans to make without a solid state control.
Oh. Okay, being a direct drive, okay, I would let it get away with that. But if I was hearing like a Casablanca or a stacked motor make that buzz,
You might. It's happened. That's very faint. I mean,
Okay.
where are we at now?
0.35.
Where are we at on the control?
I'm at basically 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So why don't I go straight up here? Basically almost a 0.5. I'm at 0.48. So I'm at medium basically. Alright, I'm going to go to 11 o'clock. 0.57.
Nigel.
Yes. Fan goes to 11.
Yeah, it does go to 11. I'm at 10 o'clock, which is 0.6.
All of your fans go to 10, but mine goes to 11.
Okay, I'm going to go to high, which I'm actually
Yeah.
getting 0.69. So very,
Okay.
very close.
Okay, let's take it back. Hit the solid state cap switch again, and let's just do a 0 to high. And this is what I do. Some people like to watch it just go from off to high. I do it because I like to make note if the inrush current is higher than what it draws while it's operating.
When it's constant.
Right.
Kind of like your engine revving.
yeah.
So,
Which is up
let's
with
go.
0.71.
So it's slightly over. We'll have some fans that like.
Well, you're gonna have over because it's gonna have to try and start the rotor, and you have lock rotor amps. You have a spike.
Not all fans have any sort of spike. Some of them
It's general
it climbs
with,
gently.
With motors, there's that spike and it slows and then it ramps down.
You'd be surprised based on what we've tested. Although it's entirely possible that in a lot of cases the spike is just too quick for the amp meter.
Way too fast.
For the amp meter to pick up on.
Okay,
you
I'm
would see that on a scope.
0.71
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
you know what? It's funny is I used to have multiple scopes, and I should have not. It would be very cool to include a scope in the test rig. So anyhow, I think we've completed the video here with the original. Anybody else want to say anything about it?
No.
I'd say about the only thing aside from the fact that it
course
looks
he
like
wants to
the
say
original,
something.
looks like the classic ones. It looks. It performs slightly above average.
Oh yeah, it's still an above average fan. It's negligibly less in performance than the old originals. Really, the only real downside to these and the old originals is these are less resilient. Performance-wise, honestly, I've had more variation among different old originals, especially the R&M ones, than I have between this and a good shaded pole one. I mean, excuse me, a good permanent split capacitor one. But, yeah. So, what do we say at the end of the video?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Okay.